What's up, YouTube? CEOs here of Majoris Media. Today we're going to talk a little about social media marketing and how this can benefit your brand. So over here I've got Craig. Craig's going to share a little bit something about social media.
Yes, correct.
And how everything can benefit your brand in today's society. So thanks, brother.
Yeah, so before I go deeply into social media, I just want to quote what Steve Jobs actually said. He said that every brand, no matter how big it is, it needs intervention and caring in order to be relevant to today's ever-changing market and its vitality.
Well, that's very true that Craig over says here, is because, Steve Jobs is an innovative guru of his time, taking Apple to next levels. I mean, we both know that Apple is $1 trillion company, and I think it's the first company that hit $1 trillion. Yes, it's the first company that hit $1 trillion market, and that's never been done before. That's all through Steve Jobs' vision. So a credible person, was innovative and just disrupting the entire system, which is crazy.
Social media is an extremely powerful marketing tool. Gains the tools and accessibility to potential prospects and even drive business leads.
Yeah, you see, back in the day when newspapers were a thing, people couldn't reach as much audience as they wanted to, because let's say it's in South Africa now, in one city in Joburg, there was multiple news agencies in Joburg printing out the newsletters and stuff. So you had to approach every single one of them individually and create the ad through every one of them. Which was crazy, with social media today, you can literally run one ad off of multiple social media accounts, and that can target a specific audience that you are looking for, which was never done before. And then social media has bring us the capability of doing that, which is incredible.
Exactly, I know. I mean, the opportunities are vast with social media. I mean, if you're not on board right now, engaging with your audience, because I'm telling you now, your competitors are engaging with that audience. Yeah. So you too need to engage, and if you aren't, you're going to soon be obsolete and offline.
Well, that's very true what Craig is saying over here, is because if you look at it in this perspective, if you're not on social media and you've got a brand that you just started today, or you started last month, or even a year ago, your competitors that are using social media is miles ahead of you. Because I think going from door to door, getting prospects these days are at the end, because of social media just directing us directly to the customer.
Time consuming.
Yes, directing us directly to the clients that we want to target. If you're a fitness brand and you want to target fitness people, I mean, you couldn't go back in the day and know that the person next door is going to be into fitness. But now social media and the ads, it's targeting specific hashtags, specific people, specific locations. That's all become relevant now. It's taken away. It's taken away the door-to-door.
It's quite serious in a sense, because in order to create a social media platform, you literally have to put all the information about you, and that information is accessible by anybody. So what social media actually does is it taps into that information and uses it for businesses alike.
Yeah, you see, so one of the key aspects with social media marketing for businesses is majority of businesses start a social media page, and they started off, engaging with their prospects. But the one mistake they immediately do is they pitch to their clients online. And you see, people on online on social media don't want to get pitched a sale. I mean, if I had to approach you immediately to sell you some fitness gear, without engaging with you authentically and asking you about, what would you like in service, what would you like in this clothes, asking your opinion, engaging with you, the chances that this client will be social media person will be basically transferred into an active client is very little. The chances of that happening is very slim. But when I ask, let's say for instance, I've got my fitness company, and I'm asking Craig, what kind of vests do you like? And Craig replies with a very initiative, like, I like Stinger vests, because I don't like tank tops, Then it's like, listen, bro, we've got something that's literally designed for you. That engagement with you would already be like, oh, this fitness company's got something that I want. So that's one of the mistakes that actually businesses do in today's digital age is they try to pitch to a client immediately, where you should first ask your audience what they want and what they kind of need, and then basically, revolve around that and turn them into prospects, into clients, which is crazy how this digital age works.
Well, with social media, you don't even need to ask at the moment. You can already see trending demands what customer would like. I mean, all you have to do is search on social media.
That's also very true, but with a client, that's where social media experts come in. When you just started a social media page for the first time, you have literally no idea what to do, right?
Yeah.
I mean, when we started social media back in the day, we didn't know about all these things that could happen with social media.
No.
I remember opening up my first Facebook account back in 2009. I think no one at that time realized that over 2 billion people are going to be using Facebook. It's just incredible.
No, it's incredible. Yeah.
So if you see it about in this way, the population is sitting just around over 7 billion people, and literally a quarter of it is really using Facebook. That's just Facebook. Instagram, we're sitting at over 1 billion active users daily. YouTube's got 1.9 billion.
Yeah.
And if you looked at Twitter's over 300 million, active people on Twitter. LinkedIn for Business, there's hit 500 million, members in LinkedIn for Business. So that just shows you social media and online presence is the way of the future.
No, it is. I mean, on average, each person uses their phone 150 times a day. 150 times.
That's crazy, and I can really relate to that, because when I touch my phone every 5 minutes, because we're running our business.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
It's crazy how that is really true. I mean, that's the average person. When you look at people that are running their business, me and Craig, we've got experience.
A lot more.
He's having his own online brand. I want you to a little bit talk about that, about your online brand before we did Majoris Media, and how online really benefited your brand.
Well, first of all, I started a jewelry company called Apple Online, but I used the e-commerce platform to my website, and how I used to market myself was through social media, predominantly Instagram and Facebook. And it's actually incredible how now you can use shop features in order to actually purchase products from Instagram and Facebook.
You see, now that is some interesting stuff. For people out there that's using an e-commerce store, you can literally link your Instagram business profile of this, and people can shop from Instagram.
Yeah, they can. Exactly.
And that can cause authentic growth to your website, which is increasing your SEO ranking on Google, because you're getting more traffic to your page.
Yeah, it's more direct and personal. People can actually view the products. Also, video content. I mean, it's massive. When people see actual videos of imagery, it entices them to want the product even more. And that's exactly what social media is all about, is actually posting content.
I can relate to that, because when I bought my first fitness clothes online, I saw a marketing video of this fitness company, and it completely blew my mind, because I actually saw the people training in the clothes. But when you go shop at a normal shopping mall, you don't see yourself training in that vest yet before you bought it. And then you see other athletes online training in those clothes, and then it kind of gives you more or less an idea.
Yeah, I understand.
So video marketing is absolutely super powerful if you've got a brand that you can sell to people, which is incredible.
In a sense, it's influencing people.
Yeah,
that's exactly why people are called influencers, and made a career out of it.
Yeah, and that's one thing interesting. I mean, did you think about 10 years ago, when we all just started Facebook and Instagram, that you can get paid off of these platforms and make millions of rands or dollars? No one ever thought of that. If you went to your parents back in the day and you asked your mom, "Hey mom, I want to post pictures on Instagram, become a millionaire," she would probably laugh at you, like, "What do you want to see smoking?" And I mean, today's age is just totally transformed, because we can literally be an influencer, and companies would pay you serious money to wear their brand and just on your online presence, because there's nothing that's more powerful as word of mouth, in my personal opinion. And through social media, your word of mouth gets elevated, because why? Because you see my fitness brand, or me as an online coach, and your friend needs an online coach, and you saw my advertisement on Instagram. Obviously, you're going to refer me to your friend.
Exactly.
And it's all through social media these days.
It's all with interaction through all the platforms that we have access to.
Yeah, it's crazy.
This is the Z generation that we are in the moment. And people are very independent on their phones, the interaction that they receive from their mobile devices. And I mean, it's the easiest way now to access someone's information and actually find potential
That's very
customers
true.
for your brand.
That's very true.
Because all the tools and information are accessible at the moment.
Yeah. So very interesting. You at Majoris Media, one of the key features that we can do is email marketing for your campaign. Now, where this is very powerful, I mean, people pay serious money for emails, and what the platform that